So I'm filming today because I think it's so easy to talk about things like mental health and depression. It's a lot different to experience it. So for one thing that I just wanted to straighten over, being sad and having depression are two totally different things. Let's say somebody breaks up with you and you're really upset. Like, that very well could be a depression. If one of your dogs dies, that's sadness. It's not depression. Depression is when the sun is shining, you have so much ahead of you, and you just can't bring yourself to get out of bed, to smile, to put on a face and be around your friends. And if you do that, then you end up burning yourself out. So I don't know why, but I don't know if it's seasonal affectiveness disorder or what, but every fall, without fail, I go through a depressive low, and I've learned better from the past to not depend on any of my friends and to not reach out to any of them or anything, because every time I have done that, I've been completely isolated. Now, I'm not trying to look for like guilt or anything, or for any of my friends to watch this or anything or whatever. I'm saying this more from an advocate standpoint. So if you haven't noticed yet, I am going through a depressive low. It's been about, I want to say about 2.5 weeks now. I can't control it. It's ridiculous. I just feel deflated. Can't stop crying. Things that usually give me joy don't give me joy. Yes, I have medication for that, although I'm not going to get too much into that. I just feel trapped, and I have seen a few people upload videos on YouTube talking about how you can choose happiness and choose to be happy and choose to smile and choose this and choose that, and I just want to be the one to stand here and say it's not a choice. If the sadness that you're feeling right now, if you realize that you have a choice to be happy, so if someone broke up with you and you choose that you're better without them and you choose that you're stronger without them, that's not depression. Depression is something that suffocates you, something that you feel you're trapped in and you just can't get out, and you like want to be out of it more than anything. If any person actually sincerely wanted to be depressed, like, I don't know what is going on with them, but I would never even wish this on my worst enemy. It's just hopelessness. It's just embarrassing, and it shouldn't be. And it's like, I don't talk to my friends because I don't want to dump my problems on them, so I just avoid them, and then they take my avoidance as me being a bad friend when it's like I'm protecting them from me, which is stupid, because it's like, if I have like broken a limb or something and I think I'm going to be no fun going on a hike with my friends, I should be able to say to them, hey look, I broke my leg, I can't exactly go on a hike with you guys, sorry. And then they should be able to say, yeah, that's no problem, rather than me constantly lying to my friends, saying that I have prior plans, or that I'm busy, or just something else, just because I literally cannot get myself out of bed. And then when I do force myself to do something like that, when I force myself to put on a smile, when I force myself to be something I'm currently not, by the time I escape from the situation, I'm so drained that it's just a mess, to be honest. I don't know how else to put it. Now, I'm not saying with depression that you can use it as an excuse and just wallow in it. Like, that's the last thing I want to do. If you are feeling depressed or anything like that, I highly suggest that you go to your doctor. There are a lot of antidepressants that help. There's a whole array of them, so sometimes it's a bit of trial and error to figure out which one will help you, even if it's just anxiety, even if it's bipolar disorder, anything like that. There's help out there. There's therapy, there's groups, there's meditation, there's DBT. There's so many resources that can help. It's just getting there, and then just sometimes it just has to run its course. As as that sounds, and as painful as that sounds, you just have to let it be, which is rough, because you quickly start to forget the power and the influence and the strength that you typically have, and it's almost as if you're this totally different person and you just don't know who you are anymore. And just apologizing too that I look like a freaking hot mess. To be honest, I've been in bed for like the past 2 weeks aside from family commitments, and magically my hair's been washed, so like that's as good as it's gonna get, guys. Sorry. But it's just difficult. I don't know. Definitely doesn't help comparing your life to other people's lives in regards to what successes they may or may not have, and then determining what that means to you, which is just stupid because we're all different people in this world on our different paths with our own different successes and our own different struggles and everything. Basically, I just want to say I'm working through everything that I'm working through. If any of my friends are watching this and are wondering why I'm being more distant or whatever, it's a defense mechanism because in the past, in regards to roommates, in regards to friends, I've had people that have not been supportive of what I'm doing, and I'm not the type of person to dump my problem on people. Like, you might think that's what I'm doing right now. I'm not. I'm just trying to give you a face and a personality and a relation to a mental illness, but to the point where I'm going through deep depression a few years ago, and I'm at the kitchen table literally like ugly crying, sobbing while I'm trying to make my dinner, and my roommates were dancing around me and laughing and joking and pretty much pretended I was a freaking ghost. They couldn't even ask me if I was okay. I wasn't expecting them to anyways, but it's just ignorance like that where people think that with mental health that it's something that we decide. Why would I decide to be depressed? I wouldn't, would I? I would choose happiness. I would choose joy. I would choose the typical person that I am, which is ridiculous because literally nobody ever sees this except my parents and my sister, because I hide it because I just don't feel me. It's just, I'm just not myself. So if you're Canadian and you are a mental health advocate, or you have some sort of mental health issues or whatever, I definitely suggest going to the Partners for Mental Health website. I really think there needs to be change, and we have been working towards change, but if there aren't people like me getting on a camera or blogging or whatever, talking about our issues and stuff, then things wouldn't happen. And for the record, nothing's happened to make me depressed. It's literally like you wake up one day, not wake up on the bad side of the bed or whatever, but it's just like I literally wake up and it's just this feeling of emptiness, and I have no drive, no ambition, and just feel lost, really lost. If any of you have had any issues with mental health personally or with anybody you may know, I would love it if you could share this video, share your story, because that's the first step. If we get people talking, it'll reduce the stigma. So because this whole thing is from a point of advocacy, because I am a mental health advocate for Partners for Mental Health, which is an organization in Canada, I just wanted to share a few key points before I go. Their next campaign that they do have coming out is called Right By You, and this is talking about providing mental health resources for younger people. So yeah, it's kind of that I'm obviously going through a depressive state and everything right now, but that's not the key point. I don't want friends that might be watching this feel bad because I don't confide in them, or because they haven't been there to help me or whatever. That's not the point at all. I'm not looking for pity. I'm not looking for views. I'm not looking for anything. All I'm looking for is change. And if you're Canadian, even if you're American, I think if you go to the Partners for Mental Health website, which I'll have in the down bar, you can take a look about how you can get involved. I will also put information for the Right By You campaign that is by Partners for Mental Health in the down bar, and it can be as simple as taking a pledge and just sharing the website and what they have to say and everything, so that people who are going through depression and everything are able to get treated initially when they're younger and they're suffering, rather than suffering all through grade school and high school and finally not being treated until university. So I'm gonna go drink a cup of tea, practice some DBT, maybe meditate, maybe take a bath to try to kind of ride this depression out and everything. But thank you so much for listening. I'm sorry again that it's not a beauty video, but mental health is a very strong part of my life. It is something that I'm extremely passionate about, something that I'm a huge advocate for. What else you can do if you don't want to pledge, or if you have already pledged and stuff like that, is just reach out to your friends and be a listening ear, and even respect the fact that sometimes we just want to be alone, and that's okay, and it's nothing wrong with you, and it's nothing wrong with anybody, nothing wrong even with them. It's just a way to cope. And yeah, so I hope you guys have a great day, and don't forget to put a bow on. Bye!
Remember those walls I built? Baby, they were tumbling down. They didn't even put up a fight. They didn't even make up a sound. I found a way to let you in, but I never really had a doubt. Standing in the light of your halo, I got my angel now. It's like I've been a weekend